Hare Krishna. In this video, we will discuss verse number 2 to 11 of the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We are discussing the first chapter of Gita with the help of the acronym GRIPS. In the first verse, we have discussed regarding ignorance. I stands for ignorance. In the first verse of the Bhagavad Gita, Dhritarashtra asked two questions, namely, what my son and sons of Pandu on the battlefield did. For the very first question asked by the Dhritarashtra, verse number 2 to verse number 11 provide the answer. Verse number 2 to 11 can be discussed with the heading passion. P stands for passion. Duryodhana represents the mode of passion. What are the characteristics of a passionate person can be understood from the verse number 2 to 11 and its consequences. Text number 2. Sanjaya uvacha दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकं व्यूढं दुर्योधन तदा आचार्यम् उपसंगम्य राजा वचनम् अब्रवीत्. Sanjaya, the secretary of Dhritarashtra, said, O king, after looking over the army arranged in military formation by the sons of Pandu, King Duryodhana went to his teacher and spoke the following words. The word Sanjaya means who sees the things as it is and describes as it is, who sees the truth, who separates the truth from false easily is known as Sanjaya. Prabhupada writes in the purport, Sanjaya could understand Dhritarashtra's motive in asking about the situation on the battlefield. Sanjaya wanted, therefore, to encourage the despondent king and thus assured him that his sons were not going to make any sort of compromise under the influence of the holy place. Because Dhritarashtra was in fear that his sons may change their motives and negotiate with Pandavas to establish peace. But the doubt is clarified by Sanjaya here. Sanjaya said Duryodhana never wants a peaceful negotiation but war. The primary qualities of passionate persons can be understood by this verse. Strong desire for sense gratification, strong desire for material achievement, strong desire for fame, strong desire to fulfill his goal by any means. Duryodhana exhibited all these qualities in his life. Therefore, Duryodhana, after seeing the military force of the Pandavas, at once went to the commander-in-chief, Dronacharya, to inform him of the real position. How many soldiers are there in Kurukshetra? There was 18 Akshani soldiers on the battlefield. One Akshani soldier consists of chariots 21,870, elephants 21,870, infantry soldiers 1,900,650, horse rider 65,000. Total number in one Akshani is 2,09,390. Number of soldiers in 7 Akshani is 14,65,730. Number of soldiers in 11 Akshani is 22,103,290. Total soldiers in Kurukshetra was 36,109,020. By seeing 7 Akshani of Pandavas and their extraordinary military formation, Duryodhana went to Dronacharya and said, Pashyayetam Pandu Putranam Acharyam Mahatim Chamam Vyudham Drupada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dhimata. O my teacher, behold the great army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada. This verse shows the 4 qualities of a person who is in the mode of passion: diplomatic, criticism, doubt, and fear. The first quality of a passionate person is diplomatic. Diplomatic behavior of Duryodhana. What is diplomacy? It is the art of dealing with people in an external, selfless, sensitive, and tactful way, but with an internal, selfish motive. Firstly, he says Drupada Putrena. Why? The name of the son of Drupada is Dhrushtadmna. But Duryodhana says Drupada Putrena, not Dhrushtadmna. Why? just to remind the enmity of Dronacharya with Drupada, so that he can fight with Pandavas with the right spirit and vigor. Secondly, he says, Tava Sishyena Dhimata. This means Drishtadyumna is your disciple, therefore he is intelligent. Because you are intelligent, therefore your disciple also intelligent. He glorified diplomatically to please Dronacharya to attain his favor. The person with the mode of passion acts diplomatically to fulfill his selfish desires. In reality, diplomacy means to deploy a mess in others' life. The targeted person knows it after the complete mess. The second quality of passionate person is criticism. By saying Tavasishyena Dhimata, he glorified diplomatically to please Dronacharya, but at the same time he found the fault and criticized for his fault. According to Duryodhana, Dronacharya was not intelligent because he taught the military art to the person who would kill him,
who has taken birth just to kill him,
who has appeared as the blessing of demigods to kill him. Although Dronacharya knew all this, still he imparts all his military secrets to Drishtadyumna, his future killer. Therefore, Dronacharya is not intelligent, but Drishtadyumna is intelligent. In this way, he criticized Dronacharya for his fault. Finding fault is a default function now in the modern society. Our fall starts when we start finding fault. Just as there is nationalism, atheism, theism, now there is another ism, that is the criticism, which is spread everywhere. Third quality of passionate person is doubt. Duryodhana was doubtful about the Dronacharya's intention as he was affectionate to Pandavas, especially to Arjuna. He was doubtful that Dronacharya may not fight with the right spirit to kill Pandavas. Passionate persons are always doubtful, therefore they are not peaceful. Fourth quality of a passionate person is fear. Pashya etam pandu putranam vyudham. By seeing the great army and their arrangement, he was fearful. Duryodhana was fearful. He was fearful because he never got victory over Pandavas, never successful in his dreadful attempts previously. Although they were in the forest for 13 years, still they could collect such a massive army. All these thoughts made him fearful. Passionate persons are attached to their power position, therefore they are fearful. Then he informed Dronacharya of the names of 4 warriors on Pandava's side and their strength from verse number 4 to 6. Then he informs the name of the warriors on his side and their strength from verse number 7 to 11. In the verse number 10 he says, Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhisma abhirakshitam paryaptam tu idam etesham balam bhima abhirakshitam. Our strength is immeasurable and we are perfectly protected by grandfather Bhisma, whereas the strength of the Pandavas, carefully protected by Bhima, is limited. This verse shows other 5 characters of a passionate person: comparison, overconfidence, enviousness, pride, and depression. The 5th quality of a passionate person is comparison. Duryodhana compares the strength of his army with the strength of the army of Pandavas. The person who is in the mode of passion lives a life of comparison. They compare everything with others. If they found their position and possessions are superior, then they will be happy. Their happiness is not their possession, but less possession in others. Not their skill, but less skill in others. Not their achievements, but fewer achievements in others. If their possessions, skills, achievements are less than others, then they come under depression. They become fearful. In the life of comparison, we feel as if we are inside prison, even with all facilities and position. Therefore, live a life of reason, not comparison. The 6th quality of a passionate person is overconfidence. Duryodhana says here that his army is protected by the great warrior Bhishmadev. Therefore, the strength is unlimited. But Pandava's army protected by Bhima. Therefore, the strength is limited. Although Duryodhana was defeated in the Virat war by Arjuna alone, even in the presence of Bhishmadev, still he has confidence in himself. This shows that in general, passionate persons never lose confidence. They are powered by overconfidence. Confidence is good, but overconfidence overpowers our intelligence. Sometimes our success is over by overconfidence. Our life is over by overconfidence. Therefore, always discriminate between confidence and overconfidence. Confidence gives victory, but our victory is over when there is overconfidence. Seventh quality of a passionate person is enviousness. Duryodhana took the name of Bhima but not Arjuna and other Pandavas because he was extremely envious of Bhima. He was envious to all Pandavas but especially extremely envious to Bhima because
He was his competitor in club fighting.
extreme envy arises when there is comparison. Modern society promotes comparison, therefore, they are creating an envious atmosphere. Envy is the killer of happiness. One cannot be happy with all his wealth and power in this world if he is envious. But one can be happy without wealth and power if he is free from envy. The eighth quality is pride. Passionate persons think that they are superior to others, better than others. Therefore, they are meant to control others and subdue others like Duryodhana. They do not appreciate others' quality and skills like Duryodhana. Therefore, pride makes a man blind, and a blind man cannot see the reality, failing to which one can only experience the real pain and will never get real pleasure. Ninth quality is depression. Because of pride, one has to live a life of anxiety or depression. With all the above qualities, people never want to follow the path of virtue, and without virtue, one cannot be happy but always remain depressed.
They never recognize the grace of God for their success, like Duryodhana.
From verse number 4 to 8, Duryodhana spoke the name of many warriors, but he did not speak the name of Lord Krishna. The real game changer, the real hero, although Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which he failed to remember, but he remembered Karna, although he was absent in the battlefield. But he did not trust Lord Krishna's power, who is the source of all power. Those who are in the passion develop confidence in material strength, but they do not care for spiritual strength. They do not care for God, or they do not recognize God. Although they experience the supernatural power of God through his creation and the experience of life. Duryodhana was in anxiety because of his attachment to power, position, which arises from the mode of passion. He was in anxiety because of his negligence towards the presence of God. Therefore, the person who are in ignorance and passion do not recognize God and God's grace. Therefore, their life becomes a race. If you remove G from grace, the remaining word is race. When you remove G from life or God from life, our life becomes a race. You cannot experience a trace of happiness if you live a life of race. You feel depression and anxiety like Duryodhana. This section from verse number 2 to 11, we can remember by this chart. P for passion. Duryodhana represents mode of passion. Passionate person has different qualities. We can remember this by two headings: primary qualities and secondary qualities. Primary qualities are strong desire for sense gratification, strong desire for material achievement, strong desire for fame, strong desire to fulfill his goal. Duryodhana had all these desires. Secondary qualities of a passionate person: diplomatic, criticism, doubt, fear, comparison, envy, overconfidence, pride, and depression. Therefore, pacify your passion, otherwise passion will perish you. Passion must be guided by a person who is in goodness, otherwise passion never will do any good even for a good person. Hare Krishna.